Good evening, everyone. We will now begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for blessings and protection received while participating in the construction of Paradise on Earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer. Please stand. Taka ni kamuzumarimasu kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite Nyoya kamu izanagi no mikoto tsukushi no himuka no tachi hana no odo no ahagi hara ni misogi hara itamo toki ni na Arai dono kami tachi moro moro no maga goto tsumi kegareo harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshio amatsu kami kunitsu kami ao yorozu no kami tachi tomoni Ame no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete kikoshi mese to kashikomi moma osu miroku o mikamori tamae saki hae tamae miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae Ushie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Ushie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kam nagara tamachi hae Kam nagara tamachi hae mase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, our reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Group Johrei. May God and Meishu-sama bless you. In this evening is entitled Honesty, is from Daily Inspirations, page 60. Foolish are the ones who tell lies, themselves with their own tongues. God recognizes sincere, honest people above all others, and grants them boundless, limitless blessings. People may speak of wealth and earthly possessions. However, whatever they have cannot compare with honesty, a truly priceless treasure. Many people profess faith in God, but just thinking so has little meaning. There must be some outward expression of one's faith in God. The demonstration of faith is very simple: trustworthiness. We must always speak the truth, so that others will have no doubt about our words. Then they will associate with us without fear of any kind of trouble, knowing we have a fine and upright character. It's not really difficult to achieve such a reputation. We should avoid telling lies and committing any dishonest acts, and instead place the interests of others before our own. By helping them out of their difficulties and showing them unfailing kindness, they will be made happier by our presence. In this way, we will certainly win their love and respect. While we must be trustworthy in our relationships with others, it is far more important to be worthy of God's trust, the most precious of all. With the trust of God, we can live full and happy lives. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining this evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters. I'd like to share with you this faith experience from Flavia Lopes Salles do Nascimento. She's from the Coimbra Johrei Center, Portugal. Flavia and her husband moved to Portugal after she was approved for a PhD and he for a master's studies respectively. Thus, they left Brazil with courage and determination to change their lives and fulfill their mission in Portugal. They decided to live in Guimarães because it is the seat of some of her husband's uncles. The couple started college classes as soon as they arrived and got jobs shortly thereafter. Flavia has been a member of our church since she was a child. And where she used to live, there was a Johrei center very close to her home, where she had always dedicated a lot. Despite living far from the nearest Johrei group, which is in Braga, about 12 miles away, she made an effort to be part in their activities and also, in Guimarães, in providing Johrei assistance to people she met in her work and to her husband's family. As time went on, however, she began to miss not having a Johrei center nearby with opportunities to give service and participate in daily prayers. Therefore, the couple decided to request the consecrated picture of Meishu-sama for their home, which was dedicated soon after. Despite feeling more fulfilled faith-wise, she began to feel very distressed with their financial situation. In their jobs, they earned very, very little, as her husband was in sporadic part-time jobs and she only received on a commission basis. Thus, she had to work a lot and in this way was not able to properly dedicate to her studies. Her earnings were uncertain, and on top of that, she suffered a lot at work, as some people she tried to sell her products were not receptive, and sometimes even tried to humiliate her with jokes and insults. Her minister visited them again And that day, they had the opportunity to go to the churches of the patron saints of Portugal and in their city, placing flowers of light and praying for permission to fulfill their mission. On that occasion, she related her difficulties and her sadness for not having a Johrei center nearby to feel strengthened. The minister guided her to understand that through the practice of gratitude for her job, for example, it was also a way to serve in the divine work, especially thanking the situations in which she felt mistreated, and also making an effort to donate a special gratitude offering for this situation. It was not easy for her to accept the guidance received. However, she tried to change her feelings, such as expressing gratitude for having a place to work, a team that supported her, and a very understanding boss who believed in her a lot. And especially thanking her store's customers, who she felt were rude to her, trying to understand that they also had their sufferings, surrendering their issues to Meishu-sama so that they could receive the light of salvation. She also put into practice the suggested challenge of making a donation of special gratitude for this situation, also surrendering all her anxiety and that of her family to Meishu-sama, considering that a large part of her lineage suffered from psychological problems. Thus, as the days went by, her anxiety was disappearing, and in opposition to that, her feelings of gratitude increased to the point where she no longer felt sad for the rudeness of others. It was a 180-degree change, making her feel light and happy. Naturally, she started to make friends, and several people even reported that they were only buying the store's product because of her pleasant approach. A customer even tipped her. Note the amount of her commission. That was the amount of the tip, something that had never happened before. Amazingly, she began to enjoy her work and dealing with others. Even though she felt much better, she still couldn't devote herself fully to college studies, having to work long hours to support her bills. This situation made her think about suspending the college course and postponing the semester for the following year. However, she received the blessing of being helped by family members to continue studying, allowing her to dedicate to her studies and thus being able to reduce her working hours. A week after this decision, important COVID-19 state of emergency was launched. And because she didn't interrupt her college course during the quarantine, she managed to dedicate fully to her thesis, finished and presented in May of last year, a situation that she also considers a great blessing, as all of this took place within 2 months. Another miracle the couple received is that due to the pandemic, their landlord decided not to charge rent without asking for anything back, which brought them a great relief. Another blessing is that in addition to making online sales with new procedures of the company where she already worked, she got an online job in a Brazilian company to make digital books. This company is enjoying her work, and for her, at this stage of the pandemic, it is another miracle. Furthermore, Flavia, her husband, and the landlord, who also live in the same apartment, great harmony. They built a homemade vegetable garden together on their veranda and also carried out a great cleaning of their home, creating a very harmonious feeling. She also had permission to give him Johrei for a week. Since they were in confinement, Flavia participated in the online daily and monthly services of the headquarters of Portugal, and also in all meetings with the members of their Johrei group. The pandemic made her reflect that if she had not followed the minister's guidance in this situation of confinement, anxiety would have increased even more. She would in turn not have been able to reach the decision to dedicate to her studies, find another complementary job, and have the blessing to keep stability in her finances. She could see from this experience that giving service is not limited to be carried out at the Johrei Center, but also at work and at home, always nurturing feelings of gratitude. Some may wonder why she moved to Portugal at this time of great purification. Her feelings towards Portugal and the Portuguese people, who used to complain about the way she dealt with the rudeness of some customers, changed. And today she only feels gratitude for this country that welcomed her. Her goal is to get their own apartment, to begin jewelry gatherings in Guimarães, and with the permission of God and Meishu-sama, expand the divine work there. Flavia is very thankful to God and Meishu-sama, to her ancestors, to her family, husband and friends for all their support, and to the minister for his guidance and following up on her. Thank you very much for listening to this faith experience and attending this evening service. I wish you a very blessed evening, and with this, we conclude our evening service. Thank you very much.